Hello, my name is Ben Bro, and I am a 22-year-old non-speaking autistic who uses a letterboard or typing to communicate. I am here today to be sure the voices of the seemingly silent are heard. It is egregious that this practice of electroshock still exists in today's society.
The shock method is used in only one school, the private Judge Rotenberg Center near Boston.
The center's use of electric shock came under scrutiny in 2012 after this videotape was presented in a court case. It showed 17-year-old Andre McCollins, seen here in the upper right-hand corner, tied to a restraint board by his arms and legs, then shocked 31 times.
The Judge Rotenberg Center is a place where autistic people and other disabled people are institutionalized, oftentimes through a probate court process against the individual patient's will. The center is notorious for using skin shock devices. These are attached to a battery in a backpack that children wear almost 24/7 with electrodes attached to the skin, controlled by a remote, so that staff at the center can deliver shocks for even minor behavioral problems. NeuroClastic is an advocacy organization, so they take submissions for print on their website from autistic people to advocate for the rights of autistic people.
We are here to represent our community, and I believe that we're probably the highest profile autistic org out there. We are not the most resourced by any means.
Any change that's ever happened has happened because marginalized people have spoken out often, and marginalized voices aren't platformed enough, but they are at NeuroClastic.
NeuroClastic published the results of a 900-person survey. The survey respondents were all members of the applied behavioral analysis community who said the Judge Rotenberg Center delivering these shocks is not an appropriate use of this method. Don't do this in our name.
In response to NeuroClastic's article, the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center sent a cease and desist letter and threatened a defamation lawsuit against NeuroClastic.
What was your reaction when you found out about this cease and desist letter?
The audacity.
At first I was scared because I was like, what does that mean? Exactly. Cease and desist what?
What are we doing? We're just speaking out about abuses. We're just speaking out and saying, hey, this could have been us. You know, we're the kind of people that have this happen to us.
We need to be able to keep speaking so that you can hear from the voices you won't hear from elsewhere.
The specific statements that were mentioned in the cease and desist letter, a lot of them were verifiable. It wasn't just opinion. A lot of it was things that had already been said, things that had already been documented.
NeuroClastic believes that the statements that it made are true and accurate, and it will defend its constitutional right to make those statements all day, every day in court.
All of this is just to disempower us. We don't have a choice. We have to fight this. We would rather go down with the ship. If this tanks our org, that's what it's going to have to be.
What we think the Judge Rotenberg Center is doing is intimidating a critic into silence. That's not what freedom of speech is all about. When FIRE heard about the cease and desist letter, we sprang into action and reached out to NeuroClastic because we know that debate on important public issues requires all sides of the argument to be heard.
One of the great things about America, and obviously everyone can hear I'm a transplant here, is the Constitution, the Americans' ability and right to free speech. NeuroClastic has an opinion on this. This is their community that this is happening to.
I can't sit with that, and I will not be silenced.
I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in the right to hold an opinion. I believe in access to information that helps you see the world more broadly.
Regrettably, the people inside the Judge Rotenberg Center themselves are represented by people who have guardianship over them, and therefore we don't currently hear their voices.
FIRE is representing NeuroClastic to level the playing field. We're not going to allow the Judge Rotenberg Center to silence NeuroClastic by threatening a meritless defamation suit.